I see this common Roth IRA mistake fairly frequently now. It could happen to you. I'm going to point it out and then help you avoid it. I've got that and more coming up. My name is Mike Bernard. I'm the host of the Wise Money Show. I'm also one of the certified financial planners right here at Korhorn Financial Group. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, turn on notifications, and smash that thumbs up button. Okay, so the Roth IRA has lots of advantages, lots of benefits, and for hopefully every single year, you're sitting down with your certified financial planner and saying, well, for my contributions for retirement, should I Roth or should I go pre-tax? Should I Roth or should I go pre-tax? Well, if you've been doing Roth and a Roth IRA, hopefully, just did a video about this, hopefully you're contributing on an automatic basis. It's a great way to contribute to your Roth IRA. Number one, you don't have to, every single month think, okay, well, do I have the money to save this? No, it's just on autopilot. Second, your dollar cost averaging, meaning every single month on the 1st or on the 10th or the 15th or whenever you contribute, those times when the stock market or what you're investing in it has seen a decline, your contribution to your Roth IRA is able to buy more shares at those lower prices. And again, because the benefit of the Roth is that tax-free, tax-deferred growth, better to buy as many shares as possible when the price is low, even though emotionally we don't like that volatility. So hopefully you're looking at that with the Roth IRA. That's a benefit of automatic contributions, and you can really see your balance of your Roth IRA grow significantly over time by just automatically contributing each and every month. Here's the thing. Because it's on autopilot, you might not tune into it. And if you're not working with a certified financial planner or doing comprehensive financial planning on an ongoing basis, you might make a significant mistake and then need to untangle it, okay? So meeting with someone recently, real true story, just happened last week, but gonna change some of the details to make sure it's confidential and all that sort of stuff. But we haven't been meeting frequently, and there's a reason for that. But going back before the pandemic, this was a young couple kids, and he made decent income, enough to support the family. And because they had younger kids, she stayed home and helped the kids, would volunteer and do part-time work. But he didn't make a ton of money, but enough for them to save and for them to, they do a great job budgeting and all that sort of stuff. So through his employer, he had a simple IRA. And they were funding their Roth IRAs, not maxing them, but funding a little bit each and every month. Well, then the pandemic hit. And of course, it hit everyone where financially in the short term, everything got squeezed. But then in his business, well after the pandemic, right, as things really just exploded everywhere in the economy, where he worked, they were still struggling. His income was actually going down, even though everyone else was, prospering. His income was going down, so much so that she had to go back to work, and she got a part-time job, making about 40 grand. So good job, and so. So she's making money. That's helping. And they've cut everything and all that sort of stuff. That helped them kind of get through this challenging time. And so that's a little bit of an indication that they haven't wanted to meet or whatever. There hasn't been much going on. And so fast forward to just right now, and I meet with them, and it's, okay, well, how are things going? And he says, well, actually, things turned a couple months ago. And we're, very, very busy now. And my income's gone back up. And then I got a bonus. And now with my role, I'm actually starting to get commission for some sales that I'm doing. And so all of a sudden our income is actually, going up, significantly. And I sort of caught up from where I was. And so we start talking. I was like, okay, so wait a second. Your income, caught up from where you were. And then it's actually gone up beyond that. And your spouse has gone back to work. Wait a second, guys, how much are you going to make? And this was sort of the reason they wanted to meet. And we're not doing comprehensive financial planning. They just, from time to time reach out for advice. And they said, well, we wanted to meet because now we've got all this extra money. Want to know what to do with it. And I said, well, time out, guys, hang on. As we started talking, okay? And sort of the picture started unfolding. Maybe you're seeing it here as well. You can only contribute to the Roth IRA if you make below a certain amount of money. And I've seen this happen from time to time. It's a very easy mistake where you have your Roth IRA contribution on autopilot. You're doing what you're supposed to be doing, and you're trying to earn as much money as possible. And life changes, life shifts, and all of that sort of stuff. And it's very common to think that, well, I've been getting some raises, then I got a bonus, and spouse went back to work, those sorts of things. And then all of a sudden you do the math and say, wow, we're actually right at that threshold. We might make too much money and actually not be able to contribute to the Roth IRA. In 2022, if you're looking at this saying, well, geez, this kind of sounds familiar, or at least my situation, 2022, if you're married filing jointly, your modified adjusted gross income needs to be below $204,000. If it is, you can contribute to the Roth as long as you have earned income and you're good, or a spousal Roth contribution, you're fine. If it's above 204 but less than 214, you can only contribute a little bit, partial, okay? But if it's north of 214, you can't contribute to the Roth IRA at all. Single filers, that's 129 and below, 129,000 and below, you can contribute just fine. But over 129, you're gonna start being phased out. Once you're over 144, can't contribute. Married filing separately, you gotta have essentially no income in order to contribute to the Roth IRA. For 2023, those income bands are expanding, okay? 218,000 modified adjusted gross income. Below that for married filing jointly, you can contribute to the Roth. But above that, it's gonna be phased out. Above 228, you can't contribute at all. And so you need to be aware, are you approaching that number? And again, that's a fantastic benefit, and you shouldn't panic and think, oh, I need to stop working, or I need to make some changes, or why am I getting... No, I mean, go out and make as much money as you possibly can. It's then your financial plan, your tax planning that needs to adapt and needs to shift. And that's exactly where we focused our attention in the last portion of the meeting. Well, is it still beneficial to contribute to the Roth IRA? And in their situation, I'm assuming yours, as you're making more money, yeah, I can contribute money into an account that can grow tax-free for my financial future. Fantastic. Well, we're nearing that threshold. You're nearing that threshold. How can you make sure you're below that threshold? So we went through the list, and I'm gonna go through this list for you, but work with your certified financial planner, because some of these may apply, some of them may not apply. In their situation, they have a qualifying high deductible health plan. So make sure you max out your HSA. Okay, make sure you do that, because that's going to reduce your modified adjusted gross income. That's one. Two, again, his income wasn't that great before. It was going down, and so he was contributing to the simple IRA, but he wasn't contributing much. Max out your simple IRA. Increase your contribution. You're now getting some commission checks. Increase your contribution so that you max that out. You get as much pre-tax money going into to retirement as possible. That's going to reduce your modified adjusted gross income, help you ensure that you're eligible, or do everything you can to be eligible for that Roth contribution. And then finally, what was the other fact pattern? Well, spouse went back to work. Now she's working, and we said, well, do you have a retirement plan at work? She's like, yeah, I'm not really contributing. I get a 3% match, so I'm just contributing that. Oh, okay, well, there you go. You could contribute to that as well, and that could help reduce your modified adjusted gross income, ensuring or helping make sure that you're eligible for that Roth IRA. You might be thinking, well, wait a second, so just start stuffing money in retirement accounts? Yeah, if you've got your financial life dialed in, where your budget works at earning a certain amount, and you're content, you're doing everything that you want to do, and you start making above that, absolutely. What is your tax shelter strategy? And I've talked about it before. I love maximizing pre-tax contributions and maximizing Roth. Maxing pre-tax and maximizing Roth. Now, of course, if you can't get your adjusted gross income, modified adjusted gross income below those limits, and you're not eligible to make a Roth contribution for that certain year, or maybe for right now and moving forward, you've got to withdraw those excess contributions. It's kind of a pain, but there's a way to do it. You don't just want to say, well, water under the bridge, I guess there's nothing I can do about that. There can be penalties with that. So you either want to recharacterize those contributions to a future year, move them to an IRA and have them not be deductible because you make too much money, but at least they're in a different tax shelter. You could even pull them out as an excess contribution. Work with your certified financial planner. The big idea, though, is how to make sure that you avoid that, so that you don't have to do that after the fact cleanup work that can be pretty messy and have some penalties as well. So, are you on the verge of making too much money to fund a Roth IRA? If so, what options do you have to make sure you stay below that threshold, or look at your entire tax planning situation and explore what are the best tax planning strategies that you can utilize to help you reach your long-term financial goals and pay the least amount of tax over your lifetime. That's the job of your CFP. Work with your CFP on that. If you don't have a CFP on your team, contact one on my team. Find us online, Korhorn.com. That's Korhorn with K, wisemoneyshow.com. You can find us there as well, or give us a call, 574-247-5898. All right, there you have it. Go out and take your next wise step in your financial life.